Hi guys, are you a new cattle farmer thinking about going into the cattle business? Or you're already a cattle farmer but practicing random grazing and thinking about intensive cattle farming? If any of this qualifies you or are thinking about it, then one of the questions you're probably asking yourself is, if I want to do intensive cattle farming, how many acres of land, of grass, do I need to be able to cater for my cattle if I have 5 or if I start with 10? That is why I'm here today, knocking at your doorstep. My name is Fred and welcome to Semanhyia Farms. Welcome back, guys. So as I said today, I'm bringing you a new episode of how to prepare your cattle feed before you even start. But before I go into that, today I just feel very blessed and just want to express this to you, like something that I just came by. I have a lot of maize packed here. This is from the major rainy season. So we started planting this maize during COVID from March, and we are harvesting it now. So this is about half of the 11 acres of maize. And I just took one, and I wanted to show it to you guys. Like, can you imagine that we only put 2 of this maize on the ground, and now this is what we have. This is such an amazing and a blessing. You put 2 and it gives you thousands. And this is, to me, when I think about farming, this is what comes to my mind. So if I don't get it right, if I don't get the multiples, then I ask myself, what should I do right? Am I using the right tools? Am I using the right method? So this is just by the way. But if you're new on this channel and today is your first time watching us here at Semanhyia Farms, we share with you our experience, our daily life at the farm, and we give you an advice. We are not the only one last stop. We are focused on intensive cattle farming. We have other projects like cattle, rabbits, grass cutters as well. And randomly we'll throw stuff in on basic things that we think will be useful to you. So if that is your way and you're thinking about going into cattle farming or intensive, and also interest in poultry farming and other livestock in general, look down at the subscribe button, subscribe, click on the bell behind it so that you get notified anytime we send you new videos. Our videos are straight to the point and information that we think will be very useful. We also have a Facebook page, Ghana Beef and Deli Cattle Farmers. If you want to see pictures, just like last night we had a newborn calf, very healthy one, and we posted a picture there. So if you want to have updates like that doesn't really require a video, you can also go there and be able to check it out. So yeah, that is what I have for you. But coming back to today's topic, and the question is, I want to start an intensive cattle farming. Whether you're a new farmer or whether you're already an existing cattle farmer, but you've decided that the hassle of cattle roaming around, destroying people's farm, Fulani herdsmen getting killed, getting into trouble, is too much. I want to think about intensive farming. I want to do what Semanhyia farming is doing. And you're thinking about it. I think the first question that comes into your mind is, if I keep my cows and bulls in a ranch, what am I going to feed them with? And what is enough? And I think that's the question all of us ask ourselves when we're about to start cattle farming. And that is why I'm here today, to share with you my experience doing intensive cattle farming in Ghana, and also my knowledge of having an intensive cattle farming in Ghana. So I'm just going to give you some facts about feeding and cattle farming. So first of all, you have your land, right, for your ranch, and what you need is another another land for your feed. So corn is one source of food, but corn, we use about 20% of corn for our feed. I mean, we have a nutritious diet for various stages of the cattle's life, when they were calf, to when they are 3 months, when they are 6 months. So, but mostly corn is about 20% of it most of their life. The grass is mostly about 80 to 100% most of the time. So we are looking at, since nobody is actually selling hay in Ghana, we're looking at you planting your own grass, right? So we need a land for that. But the question is, how much land do I need to be able to feed 5 cattle, to be able to feed 50 cattle that I have, right? And that is, I know, one of the things that's bothering your mind, those already in the business and those that are coming in. So there is a rule of thumb, right? Before I come to the rule of thumb, I want to share this with you, that the fact is that cattle need to eat 1/3% of their body weight, right? 1/3% of their body weight. As I said, cows need to eat 1/3% of their body weight. So let's look at one of the cows that we weaned recently. So this cow was about 160 kg. 160 kg. 1/3 of 160 kg is 4.8 kg. So that means that in a day, I need to feed this cow with 4.8 kg of feed, whether it's a mix of corn, soya beans, wheat brown, or grass. If it's just dry grass or fresh grass, I need to be able to, in a day, feed him 4.8. Right? Mostly, I know we don't do this way. If your cow, adult cows, if you don't have a weigh, are between 260 to 320. Normally, that's the weight I've seen in Ghanaian cows. So you have to do 3% of that, and that's the feed. Based on that, I'm going to use that in calculating the thumb rule. A cow calf is a cow that probably within the year can have a baby. So that's a cow calf, right? So a heifer that can have a baby in the 12 months. So we are calculating the cow plus the baby in a year can eat a forage, that's a grass you've planted on a land, 1.5 acre to 2 acres of land. So a cow calf, as I said, can eat on a land that is planted with grass or forage of 1.5 acre to 2 acres. So if you have, let's say, 1 cow, and you're thinking, okay, this cow is gonna eat 1/3 of its body, and I've planted grass, or I have maybe a land filled with grass, what size of that land can I use to feed this cow? You're looking at 1.5 to 2 acres for 1 cow for 1 year. That is crazy, right? That means that if you have, and on an average, 1 cow will eat on about 1.8 acres of land for a year. This is crazy. Like, we can do it. Nobody has that many land, and that means that the future is not promising, because as your herds increase, you just need to buy land and land and land. This is not possible, and I agree with you. When I came across this research, and I realized, no, I can't do this. But what is the other way around? That means that we need to take a step back and not rush into buying cows yet. We need to find the solution to it. So let's go as I show you what the solution probably is going to be for you and what it was for me, because I had only 5 acres when I wanted to start my cattle farm, right? So before you think about even starting a cattle farm, what you need is your land. Once you get your land, I think we have established that once you get your land, what you need is the grass. So you plant your grass. So what we've been using here is the Brachyria grass, which most of you already know about if you have been watching our videos. What you need is the grass. If you have 1 acre, it shouldn't prevent you from rearing cattle. If you have 1 plot, it shouldn't. it is just going to take you a little bit longer before you can start your intensive farming, but that shouldn't stop you. When I started, I had about 5 acres of land. And what I did is I divided it and used about 3 acres into planting the grass. I planted the grass. Within 2 months, I was able to harvest the grass. I harvested, I dried it, I baled it. I mean, as you can see in our videos, how to bale and how to dry, how to cut. So it was in the rainy season. So we were able to harvest a lot. Every 3 to 4 weeks we were harvesting. Every 3 to 4 weeks we were harvesting. We were able to harvest enough that we were able to store it in our storage facility, as you can see behind me, right? So we stored enough and was able to predict that with this amount of forage that we have, we can start with 10 cows. And that was when we decided to now go into research and looking for our cows and bulls, right? So with this method, even if I had 1 plot of land, maybe it could take me about a year, which is using the major rainy season and the minor rainy season to harvest as many grass as I want and then store it as hay. And then after the year, in the dry season, I'm able to go in and buy my cows and bulls, right? So this, to me, was the solution that really worked for us. As of now, what we are feeding our cows with was from last year. This year's forage, we haven't even touched it because when we started, we already had forage saved. And if you do that, it always gives you storage. So you always have grass stored and you're always feeding the previous years, right? And this is what really, really worked for us. Let's say you have about 70 to 90 acres. That is when you can plan and actually do the grazing, but you know, you have to schedule it. They graze here for some time, then you move them to graze on a different site, then this place sort of like grows back, then you do that random grazing but on the same land, which probably you will need to fence and so on. But if you are limited with land, as I was, with 5 acres, 2 acres, or even 2 plots, then you need to first start with your feeding. So if you have 10 cows, then you should know that, okay, now these cows, I need to feed them, you know, with their 3% of their body weight. So at least in a day, I need to be able to feed 10 cows, which is about 40 kg. So once you have your storage, you should check and see, do I have 40 kg to feed these cows every day? And if you don't, then you need to pause and go and expand your grass, expand your storage, and be able to have enough before you even start. So this is my best advice to you. If you're thinking about going into intensive or you're already doing random and wants to move into intensive, start with your feeding. The corn can be a supplement to give them more nutrients, but have your grass first before you even think about buying the cows. Prepare your land, get in touch with us if you need the grass, and we'll be happy to supply you as well. Or if you can find it anywhere, please go and get it before you even buy your cows. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions on anything, I know we have videos here on planting. If you check the description, we'll put it there. We have videos on how to plant the grass, how to cut it, how to bale it, and everything. Go to our playlist and you will see all those videos so that it will guide you. But if you have any question, our WhatsApp number is below. Please do not call. Just send us a text or an audio and we'll be happy to respond to you. Thank you very much for once again making the time to watch us. Share these videos so that most farmers can now think like we're doing and go into intensive farming, because that is the future of livestock farming in Ghana and Africa. Thank you very much for watching.